Okay, so last time we were here, we got the gravel smoothed out, and we had a contractor come and start working on the road again. And what's he done? He scraped all the topsoil off, and then we ran into a problem up there that I'll come back here in a minute and show you. But we got the culvert in, and the water's running down the, running off the new road here, and I dug a little ditch and it's running down in. Seems like that's working pretty well. So we had a pretty good rain last night. It looks like it's about about a third of the way up. So pretty good all in all. So in stripping the sod, he'd driven back and forth over the road, I don't know, 100, 200 times kind of thing. And all of a sudden, one pass, it just swallowed him up. The skid steer got hung up, and he got the Mini out, tried to get him pulled out. Eventually, he got it under control. Alright, so this is the issue we found. He has uncovered a spring, and the spring is, it's been running for years and years, and it is looking like it's basically a big bowl, a big clay bowl that's sitting and holding water, and it's turned it to just mush. So this is just a big hole of old wet clay that we're trying to figure out what to do with. So we know that father-in-law put that root cellar in there a long time ago, and there was a spring under it, and it just had mud. He pulled tons and tons of mud out of it. He got it down to a point where it subsided, and then he poured a cement floor. So this, we're thinking, it's most likely going to be the same thing. But the only real question is, how deep does it go, and where is the water source, and how many sources. So we know that up here, I don't know, you see that orange flag, I don't know if you can see it or not. The orange flag, there's our property line, which is about right here. So we're not sure if there's a spring source in here or not, but it's awfully soppy. But there's a foot of topsoil here, which could be a big sponge and just holding the water in. So he's going to go in with his excavator. Hopefully, we're supposed to get rain again tonight, so hopefully tomorrow he'll be able to come in with his excavator and pull out all this mud and hopefully find a bottom, and then we can find a single source. Lord willing, there'll be a single source of water right around here, and we're going to end up French draining here and running it all the way down to the culvert to spill out into the culvert. So if there's a single source of water, if we pull all this mud out, there's a single source of water, we can French drain and capture it, and then take all that fill dirt from up there, bring it down, and replace all this old waterlogged clay with clean fill, and pack it all in nice and tight and not have any problems. The good news is there's a clay base, so we should have a fairly solid road by the time we're done. But we'll see. Hopefully it ends up working out.
So this is the problem we are facing right now. We have a big hole. It's about, I think, 20 by 50 foot wide, and there's a spring under there, so it just keeps collapsing on the sides, and it's been a big pain for our contractor and for us. Big headache.
So we think we got a plan to fix this spring problem. We got about a 15 foot by 50 or 60 foot long hole now. It's about, I don't know, it goes from about 2 feet deep to almost 6 feet deep. So we're putting riprap in on the bottom, and we know there's springs up in here that are there's maybe one or two or something, like maybe there and there. So the plan is we're gonna put a layer of this heavy stone down to give it a little bit of more of some structural integrity on the bottom. But the good news is it's supporting a 10,000 pound skid steer and a 6,000 pound mini excavator right now. So the ground is fairly stout, so this ought to just help reinforce it. So once we're done with that, we're going to put a top coat of number 4s on that, just to even out the edges of that riprap. And then we're going to throw a layer of fabric down, and then a layer of number 4s inside that fabric, and then a couple, probably 4 or 5, say left to right drain, perforated pipes, and we're going to run that into a header up here on this side here, and then that'll run into a solid drain all the way down to the road, and we shouldn't have a problem. So that's the plan, and we'll see what happens. Looks like it's going to be a decently long day for a contractor and a bunch of money for me, but we'll see. We ought to have a pretty decent road when we're done. So after we get that drain pipe in and more stone and top layer of fabric, we're going to take that big pile of clean fill that's way up here and dump some dirt back on top of it, and hopefully in 2 or 3 days at the most, you'll never know this hole was here. We'll have a nice clean road. So we had 20 ton of riprap dumped, and he went back to get a couple hour turn here. He'll come back with a probably, I'm assuming 20 tons of number 4. So that's gonna sting the wall a little bit, but that's part of the job. So we'll see y'all whenever we have some progress.
All right, so we got another 20 tons of riprap on the ground, and the contract got after that pretty quick and got that in the hole to get us a little bit of a foundation. And the next thing we had to do was get the drain pipe prepped and ready to go. So I ended up buying some Schedule 40 4-inch PVC, and the problem with that was it was solid with no holes in it. So Keturah went back to the house and got the holes all laid out, 6-inch centers, and spade bit drilled right through them, and got those loaded in the truck and brought them back over to the site for us. So once she got back on site, we started a rough fit just to make sure we had everything where we needed to be, and then we got it all glued up and started the install. So in this shot you can see we got the layer of riprap down, then we coated that with a layer of number 4s, then the fabric, then some more number 4s, then the pipe, and the more number 4s on top of that. And here you see the finished product.
So this is what they call rail meal, which is a lot less expensive than gravel, but you find a lot of stuff in it. Like just now I found this glove, and you find hard pieces of metal like this, and if you listen you can actually hear water in there. And this steak, which is metal also, so you don't know what you're gonna get. Let's see what else there is. There's something there. I bet you that's a big piece of metal. But it looks like lava rock, which is kind of cool. See, it has like these holes and it's very porous.
Okay, so we got the rail mill all spread out and rolled in, and the road for now at least is complete. At this point we just needed it for a utility road just so we could get our trucks in and get it ready to build a house on. So I needed a road, I needed enough of a foundation that we'd be able to pull in a delivery truck and a cement truck, something like that. And once those are done, then we'll go back in and redress the road with a top coat and get it looking nice and tight. So if y'all like this one, go ahead and hit that like and subscribe button, and if you missed the culvert install, be sure to go over and check that out. We'll see you on the next video.